famous Arizona mountains, and also a wonderful brewery that makes kilt lifter. Right there is Diamond Point. I don't even know if you can see it. But on the top of that mountain there is a fire watchtower. And I grew up basically in the shadow of that mountain. And we're entering Star Valley. The place of legend. Now, I don't know. I grew up not here, but driving through here constantly. So I had to drive through here to get anywhere, right? So on this side of the road, where it says Star Valley Motel right there, that used to be a place called Kathy's Place. It burned down one day, like right after we'd eaten lunch there. This field on this side has been for sale for the last 20 years. No one's ever managed to buy it. And right there, the boarded up Circle K is where I used to ride my horse on weekends. Yeah, I used to ride my horse there from my house on weekends. And there's the topless bar. I've never been, but I don't know. It's, allegedly, one of the young girls I grew up with became a dancer there. It used to be Star Automotive, where all of our vehicles got repaired. And this is probably one of the more dangerous stretches of road because everybody plays let's fucking race to get to one lane. Oh my God, I have been almost pushed off the road and sideswiped and everything else in this part. And then on this part of the road, you see how narrow that shoulder is? Yeah, so my horse fed. I got him, and the first weekend I decided to ride him down to Star Valley, and they were having a bike race, so I had to ride him back on this little tiny shoulder. And semis come through here all the time. Oh yeah, it was one of the more stupid and dangerous things I decided to do. But he was okay. I was the one that was having a heart attack every time a semi came by. My parents, who had gone to town, came back and went and got the horse trailer and then drove down here to get me. And we got on one of these bigger shoulders to load up the beastie, the Federal, and then like we had a meltdown right there. Fed did. Oh my God, that horse was such an asshole, and yet I love him. Oh my God, I wish he was alive right now. Poor old man. And then, because I get to tell this story every time we drive past Dealer's Choice. Yes, so Dealer's Choice Road was where the bus used to turn around when I was a kid. And, oh, hey, look at my instruments. So anyway, yeah, Dealer's Choice Road was where the bus turnaround was a kid. I used to ride my horse down there. And there were these 3 teachers that used to live down there. I had a lot of good friends that kind of lived down there. And then, where we're coming up here on the right, excuse me, left, this restaurant, Diamond Point Shadows, my mother swore up and down that that was a money laundering place because the guy who used to run the place, Tony, it's actually Diamond Point Shadows now, but it used to be Tony's. My mom swore that he was a fucking mobster and that that was a money laundering place. And maybe it is because I don't know why that restaurant's still around, but it's been here for 20 years. And then this is where I used to live, Lion Springs Road. You cut your acceleration here and start putting on the brakes because you're going to turn right here. Right there. Yep, I used to live there many moons ago when I was just a kid. And then, yes, many fond memories along this road. So, yeah, we're going to come up on Preacher Canyon here, which was my very, 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 very favorite place to ride. I swear to the gods. I was always riding in Preacher Canyon. So, which is over here, but you can't really see it. because you're seeing lots of trees and shit. But yeah, I spent many hours riding by myself, in fact, in Preacher Canyon, which was probably stupid, and I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? There was nobody to ride with me, so I just fucking went by myself, which is pretty much what's happening right now with HearseCon, is nobody's gonna go with me, so I'm going by myself, which is how it always happens. So, yep, I rode down there many times. I'm not really sure what they're testing here with the elk crossing, but yeah, something here. Yep. Many hours. In fact, many hours just driving this road, as you will see once we get to where we're going. Well, past where we're going. Anyway, sure looks like rain up there now, don't it? Little green valley. Oh yeah, we wanted to buy that land so fucking bad. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, we never could. I don't think it was ever for sale. And if it ever was, we certainly didn't have the cash for it. So, they've got their own little facility. I had been there for some team penning or thing. So I've ridden in that arena. And their big barn thingy that's been there for a million years. We're on Highway 260. Well, even though we're well beyond Preacher Canyon at this point, I did want to mention that my landlord, when I was young, our landlord was allegedly related to the gunslinger John Wesley Hardin. And apparently, as the legend goes, oh, and there's the rim. We're gonna go up there. Oh yeah. So anyway, John Wesley Hardin, apparently he changed his name, supposedly, from John Wesley Brunson. And the Brunsons basically kind of run things up here in the Payson area. And there was a story that I was told that our landlord, when he was a young man, he was out poaching deer, because that's how they fed their family, is they poached deer. He shot a deer, and the Forest Service saw him and took after him. So I guess poaching would have to be the story. Anyway, so the Forest Service took after him on horseback, and according to the Forest Service, he ran down a hill with a full deer on his back, like not even dressed, just a dead deer on his back, and got away from him while they were mounted. The reality, supposedly, of the story was, or at least what he said, is that he hid underneath a bush and was basically right in front of them the whole time. He said that if he had reached out his hand, he could have touched the forestry ranger's horse's hooves. So there's some little folklore of the area up here. Stories that I don't get to tell very often. Oh my gosh, I sound like my mother. But, ooh, isn't the rim pretty? That's the Mogollon rim, folks. Fire danger is pretty high right now. We're approaching the fiery sort part of summer, I guess. Oh, look at the rim. That is pretty. And too bad you can't smell, because you would definitely be smelling the rain in the air right now. I hope my windshield wipers work, because I don't really know if they do right now. Oh well, we'll find out, I suppose. Oh, we found the rain. And the windshield wipers do seem to work. Here's some beautiful scenery. It's a road trip. What do you expect? You're gonna get pictures of the fucking road. So there's snow on the mountain over there as we pass, and another mountain moves in front of it. And we're heading for some rain. Again. Oh well. Almost to New Mexico. Getting there. Yeah, gotta go around the semi. Made it around those semis. But look at this rock wall. Isn't that pretty? So, again, almost to New Mexico. More rainbow action. And more rain action. In New Mexico. Okay, day 2 of the road trip. My shaver is dying. So I'm gonna have to buy a new one. That sucks. Up there is an overpass. And if you're wondering, that's where the tire incident took place from my earlier video. It's an overpass. I think it's that one. I think there's one just after it. So it was one of these 2 overpasses. I think it was the first one. So yeah, here we come. Hopefully no tire issues today. Still in New Mexico, heading towards Wagon Mound. I don't really know anything about Wagon Mound, but yeah, getting there. I think Raton Pass is like 90 miles. So that's probably where I'm going to stop and eat lunch as per tradition. Okay, we're in Wagon Mound. I think that's the Wagon Mound. Well, as near as I can tell, this is Raton Pass. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that correctly. However, there's a song that includes Raton Pass, which I think is actually in Colorado, while Raton is in New Mexico. So, and look, we're coming up to Colorado.